type of nigga that get sassy on the bitch. VVS, clarity, stone, Prezi on the bitch. And I'm feeling like the hand of God. Bless me in this bitch. Put respect up on my name, ho. I'm heavy in this bitch. I just won 7 Grammys, girl, you gotta love me. And I got a song with Beyonce. Love me.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode. Red Cup Wednesday. This is Smoking Bold edition. Tonight I will not be smoking tonight. As you kind of hear my voice, I don't have anything to drink because I am a little under the weather tonight. Glad y'all back this week to come hang out with us. Here we got my man Z back there hanging out. Bring on Z. Z, what's going on, brother?
What up, though? What's going on, man?
You hear me pretty good over there?
Huh?
I think you hear me pretty well.
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I started fighting a little something on Monday, and then Tuesday I fought a little harder, and then Wednesday got me. I don't know what it is that jumped on me, man. But it's kind of hurt me. I can't smoke, I can't drink. I took a break from the drinking, but all I got is some water trying to flush it out, man. But I'm here though. I'm here, brother. I'm here.
You whip up a hot toddy real quick, man. Get yourself together.
No. I gotta take a break, man. I'm on pause for a minute, man.
Right.
So I know the other brothers, man, they're gonna get on here in a little bit, but I know, ladies and gentlemen, if you tuned in, you're watching or whatnot, that tonight is the smoking boat edition of the show, and I just want to drop that out there so that it'll be up there for you folks. If you want to join in, hop in, give your thoughts on what's coming up next Tuesday. This what's coming up next week. It's coming out of the pipeline because it's very important. I want to say I think it's next week. Yeah, it's next week.
Yeah.
Coming out of the pipeline. I've already been out to the polls. I did an early vote. I think I went Friday, man. What about you, Z?
I did my absentee ballot, man. They just sent me the confirmation yesterday that it was received and approved to be counted.
Okay. Yeah, I think my wife went. My wife went this morning. Yeah, this morning, as a matter of fact. So she went, she cast the vote. So, Z, I know we talked about it a while. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, man, about this upcoming election and how pivotal this is going to be for the nation. I think I don't know if a lot of people understand the importance of what's going on right now. So, what's your insight, boss?
Man, I mean, I don't know if we know exactly how everything affects us. We know our day to day, right? We don't know the ins and outs of, like kind of the economy, food prices, different things like that. We don't know exactly what's entailed, you know what I mean, and different things like that, gas. All we know is they just throw blame at each other for it. But, those are the things that directly impact us, taxes, anything to do, with us financially. I know different areas have different laws, like being in Missouri here, they do property tax. So when you go to register a vehicle, before you can do that, all your property tax has to be caught up initially first. And then you pay property tax. It's basically like a tax for your registration. Whereas in Michigan, we only paying like, I used to get the car registered in Michigan, $80-$90. Here it's in the hundreds of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because they actually doing a property tax on the vehicle. That you actually pay. So it's a lot, it's different. You know what I mean? So Michigan has its own rules. Missouri has its own rules. Right now they're trying to get sports betting, approved on the Missouri side. It's approved on the Kansas side. So Kansas making all the sports betting money and Missouri not making none. Missouri got weed approved and Kansas waiting on theirs. So it's just like, it's just, being right on the border like that, you get to see how life is a little bit different when it comes to like certain things in certain areas.
Right. Yeah. And you talk about property tax for vehicles and everything. I remember when I was a South Carolina resident and I had a car registered in South Carolina. The fact that paying the property tax on that car every year. At the time, I had a 2009. Yeah, no. I take it back. I had a '99 Honda Accord,
Mm.
And this was like 2000 between 2000 2003 2004, however long I had the car. Um, and I wasn't even living in the state of South Carolina. I'm paying almost $300 a year for property tax on a vehicle
Right.
um, in a state that I'm close to the main. Some cases you thought it would be there's an exemption, but there wasn't even an exemption for me. And I was in uniform.
Mm.
Today, hey, I'm not in state. I'm stationed over here, but my car is registered. Majority of the time, I was outside the country. While my car was in South Carolina. So I think when
Right.
I finally got back home. I Actually, well, I think when we finally came back, I changed everything over to Georgia, to where I'm paying. And right now, when it comes like to about registration and stuff, I mean, mine is minimal because I got a lot of different benefits for it when it comes to being a veteran or whatnot. But a lot of things is minimal, and I think those are things we stated earlier. Like you say, you got the Kansas City doing one thing, and then you got Missouri. It's a balance between the both. Like, man, what's gonna it's a toss up between what we're gonna get.
Right.
And I think a lot of people miss out on that when they don't go out to the polls to vote. I was looking at like the homestead exemption. Um,
Mm.
Homestead exemptions are, and I think in the economy that we're in right now, um, it's good for a lot of folks because hey, at the end of the year when the property taxes come due, I tell you, I mean my property taxes is expensive. I mean, well, they could be. They may not be expensive in most places. Like I said, I think I'm
Mm.
over $2 grand a year when it comes to
Right.
property taxes.
Right.
I know most people they pay more than that when it comes to property taxes.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of folks don't understand, when you're voting, part of that homestead exemption is on there. That's an opportunity for you to either keep your property tax the same, or you let they go by, and you end up constantly end up with that increase year over year. Um,
Right.
a lot of money goes to certain good things. I mean, schools, buses, a lot of different
Mm.
money that it goes towards. But you got to look at the average consumer, and what the average household is bringing in these days. And
Right.
if you don't have that, if you don't have that, I'll say this, a household to survive today, to me, you got to have at least a six-figure income between both. If you're a dual household, in order for a household to survive, that's me how I look at it.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, and it depends on how you live.
Yeah.
Everybody has to hopefully adjust to what we call living within your means.
Hmm.
What's important to you. Uh, it's hard, paying certain prices in certain areas. Especially if you got, like you said, family. You want to make sure your family's safe in a good area. Different things like that.
Right.
Uh, and everything is going up, man. The prices for rent is ridiculous. I mean, pretty much everywhere. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, looking to get into that American dream, buying a house and different things like that. Uh, not as easy. Like you said, depending on the areas that you want to be in and different things like that. So that's what I want to hear from people that we talk to tonight. Just what's the issues in your area, even more so than the main part of the election.
Right.
Uh, being the presidential and the vice president and all that. But what's going on in y'all areas that y'all want to see done? How much y'all paying for chicken wings? Where you at? What I mean? What's the
Hey,
differences? Wings,
hey,
wings
real
hot,
talk.
hot motherfucker.
Yeah. Real talk, man. Because
You know what I mean?
I was, I think nowadays most folks, we don't go to the grocery store like we used to. You go to the grocery store and say, well, I'm gonna go grocery shop. I'm gonna
Right.
get this. I'm gonna pick up this. I'm gonna pick up that. I'm gonna pick up that. And now you go to the grocery store. Now it's like, excuse me, you it's almost like you going, let me go and pick up what I'm gonna cook for this day, or
Right.
maybe or the next couple of days, whatnot. There's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
more. There's no more going to the grocery store and just buying stuff to stock up on, because as it add up, and then you look at it later on. Like, I got stuff in the pantry right now. I'm like,
Right.
man, we didn't even open this stuff yet. Why did I even buy it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the fruit and stuff. You go to a fruit stand, it's like, man, the fruit is out of control. The meat is out of control. You're damn near at the point to where you hunting down, going to the store like the Aldi stores, or another store that's like actually discount prices. It's the same way with shopping. I mean, I see a lot of I was down in Albany this past weekend, and I could see how the mall is just like bare.
Right.
Not even stores and there whatnot, and a lot of times deal with this. There's a lot of times, places like malls, they start hiking the price. We talk about rent, rent like commercial property, this and another rent going up. So it's those folks have to go take on and move and go somewhere else. So
Right.
everything we're trying to live on survival, whether like I said, whether it's gas, food, um, just going up. So and people, we're like I said, living within your means. And I don't tell anybody how to spend their money. I really don't. How you spend your money, how you want to spend your money.
Right.
But I just had somebody call me today. Like all week, I've been getting phone calls from I don't know, they call themselves property investors, or they just be like, hey, we noticed that your property is worth X, Y, and Z. Do you want to sell
Right.
your home? No, I don't want to sell my damn home.
Right.
What the hell am I going to go if I sell my home? I don't want to rent. I don't want to rent.
Right.
There's people paying more rent than I pay for my mortgage. So I don't know. I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of different things that people got to get out. That's what just the most important part is about this election. I mean, it's just not the who's going to look at who's going to sit at the top, who's going to be in the Oval Office, but who's going to be that person that's going to be representing you down at the local level.
Right.
Who's that person that you're sending, that you're going to be sending to Washington to represent you, representing you in Washington,
Right.
who's on your kids. Who's on your kids' school council? Who's the mayor of your town? Who's your actual city councilman and part of the town that you live in? Cause you get like 7 damn city council just based on how size the town is. So
Right.
it's a lot of different things that I think folks miss out on when it comes to the election and everything. And we got to get more involved.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Lord.
definitely.
Hey, Lord,
How
what's
you
going
doing?
on? Hey, Perm Beasley, what's going on, man? Yeah, y'all see the link right here, man. If you want to come on, hop on. The link is out there. This open. This actually an open forum tonight. We want folks to come on and give their views, give their insight. This is not a. I'm saying now. I'm pretty sure Z probably agree with me. This is not a Democrat, Republican, or independent thing.
Right.
This is your own views and how you think it's how it's going to impact you, how you think it's going to impact the nation, and a lot of things. Because we all see things different.
Right.
And we see stuff from different light. I was talking to my kids the other day, and I make jokes about a lot of different stuff. But now they're like, you're a Republican, you're a diehard Republican. I said, no, I'm not. I said, no, I'm not. I said, I make a lot of jokes, and I have a stone cold face when I do it. But I can't say that I'm part of any party. And I said it because everybody there's you sit down sometimes, you listen to people. You gotta listen to the views, you gotta listen to some of the things that they're actually talking about. And
Right.
if there's somebody who's ran already and they're running again, you gotta see, okay, well, yeah, this person did live up to what they said they was gonna do. And it actually works. So I mean that's just me in a nutshell.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me at this point, man, it's like, kind of take the faces off of it, like you said, and listen to the views. Look at the resumes, man, and it's different both ways. Like we got one that's been there, no matter how he got in there, he was in there. You know what I mean? He had a chance to do what he did, and he had a chance to come on back and try to do it again, right? And then on the other hand, you got somebody we can say that maybe just looking at the resume is there, but a lot of people that know her work, we're not familiar with her work. We don't live in California, right. So we got a lot of people in California that's kind of unhappy with some of the things that they know. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, as usual, the lesser of two evils is what we're trying to figure out how to make it work. You know what I mean? Right. So it's always going to be pros and cons on both sides. So yeah, we're not gonna make it one against the other. We just want to, like I said, understand kind of people's views of what they thinking, kind of what's going on in your areas that, like I said, man, that make a difference. And for me, like I said, it's always, you know, the taxes, we don't want to see, I definitely don't want to see the rich get richer. You know what I mean? That's crazy at this point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where we having more billionaires and more and the most homeless at the same time is pretty ridiculous. You know what I mean? To be in America, you know what I mean?
You know, and I'm glad you said it because that's crazy to me. The just the homeless rate that we have. I mean, I know some folks with a lot by choice. You know, a lot of
Yeah,
stuff is by choice.
right.
But you know, when you have a young man who used to work for me on the time, and I won't say his name or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't even say what job I had at the time. But he was working every day, coming to work, working every day,
Right.
and it came to me. I found out that the guy was homeless.
Mm.
I never knew because when he came to work, he was always squared away. This, that, third, one night he had school, and you never thought. I said, yeah, he sleeps in his car. And when
Right.
I asked him, I said, I said, man, I said, I said, where do you live? He said, be honest, man, I live in my car.
Mm.
And I was like, whoa, I mean, you work, you got a full-time job, you do this, you doing that. He said, yeah, I got all that, but I can't. These are things. There's a lot of things I can't afford right now. And one is, having an actual roof on my head. I mean, I got stuff I got to pay back. Student loan. I mean, this is a guy who has a degree.
Right.
I got loans and stuff to pay back. I have this, I have that. So, it's kind of one of the things to where it's like, hey, man, he had to make a choice. And, of course, putting money aside. Hey, Maisha, what's going on, sis?
How you doing?
Putting money aside, helping the family out, this and another. He finally got himself to where he can, get into a place. But there's a lot. I think there's a lot of a point now to where there's decisions they have to make. We got to make a decision of either I'm gonna have this and struggle with this, or I just need to stick with this until I get. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel to be in that position.
Right.
And God willing, I hope I never will. Um, but just again, just to see like our homeless rate that we have here in America, in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta alone. I mean, you just see it. It's all over the place. And like I said, a lot of stuff is by choice, but
Right.
the amount of money, and probably pissing myself, but the amount of money that we dump into other countries
Mm.
To help rebuild and restructure and this and another. It's
Right.
almost like why I can't say I actually we see that because we pay tax dollars. My tax dollars goes to rebuild this. Well, we sit somewhere, we write out a $1 billion check and say, hey, here you go, rebuild your whole doggone. Hey, rebuild
Right.
your whole country. Hey, by the way, we're rebuilding, let's employ some people of the country. And I can speak to that because when I was working I was contracting in Afghanistan,
Mm.
part of or be a station wherever I was stationed at outside the U.S. Part of the agreement is that you employ X amount of people
Right.
from that country. So it was a good time. It was an opportunity. Hey, right? Hey, see you next week, sis. Um, it's good for their economy because hey man, we're creating jobs and everything. Um, but it's not the same. And I got them probably hit over here when I say this. But how many it's far and few in between. How many hair stores you see hiring us?
Right.
I mean, it's certain things like that that we as a people that sometimes we don't look at, and we don't pay attention to those things. Like we complain about a lot of stuff, but there's not a lot of stuff we're doing. We're not. Um, Most of us not taking the opportunity to open those nail shops or these
Mm.
beauty salons, this and others. That. So that's another opportunity to say, hey, y'all, what's going on? Which I know you probably got your wind down Wednesday going on up there in Montana. So,
Right.
but yeah, that's again, everybody. That's the link. If you want to hop on and join in tonight, man. The discussion is, smoke and vote. We're going to get your opinions, your thoughts. Y'all know y'all don't want to hear me and Z run our mouth all night, but that's why we open it up tonight. So the forum is open for you all to be able to chit chat. I'm not smoking. I'm not drinking because I'm under the weather right now. So
Right. I got to do enough for both of us. Then I got you.
So, but I'm still here. The show must go on.
So going on. That's what's up. But yeah, man. Like I said, we just we want to talk about it. With whoever want to jump on tonight, man. Give us, like I said, some insight. I can tell you, like here, how politics work, right? So they have people going for Senate, right? And then they'll throw something out there for here is big because Smithfield Foods is here. And Smithfield Foods does sausage and bacon and all that type of stuff. So years ago, they sold out to basically a Chinese company, right? And so when they do the ads here, they, don't let communist China buy up Missouri farms, you know what I mean? And so they try to sell it that way without, really explaining it, you know what I mean? Saying that, well, China bought, a Chinese company bought Smithfield Foods, which already owned that farmland, right? So then they try to use it as a point to say, yeah, don't let them come in here and buy up the farms. Well, they bought a company that owned the farms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So without knowing the details of really the conversations, you know what I mean? Then you get a bad outlook on it. You know what I mean? Oh, China's trying to buy up the farms. Like, no, that's not what happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, just looking into those issues, where you at, what kind of things are going on, where you voting your senators in, and those people to be, your House representatives and things like that.
Speaking of Smithfield Foods, Thanksgiving is coming right around the corner for those who like to go buy the big red buckets and chitlins and everything. They're gonna sell now. And, hey, enjoy it, because I will not and don't eat those. So y'all enjoy.
Right.
And rice and all this. So enjoy. Have a great time.
Yeah, man. So I mean, we hope to get somebody in here, man, that get the price of wings down. They keep the gas kind of where it's at. I think everybody happy with where gas is. I had a memory on my Facebook page, man. It was I want to say it might have been 2015 or 16, and I took a picture in the grocery store. Bacon was $8. You know what I mean? It was like 2015. So, and it's and some of it's still high, but you can get some bacon now for like $5. You know what I mean? $6.
Man,
so
that's still high, bro. I mean, look, think about back in the day when we you can go to the grocery store and you get a box of doggone Frosted Flakes for like $1 or something.
Right
now, man, you get a box of Frosted Flakes like $7 damn. I'm like, yeah, my son be killing me. Like, hey, Dad, let me get some of them Lucky Charms. Let me get some of them tricks or whatnot.
Right.
So I'm $8 a box. I mean, and that's why I was talking about earlier, about the fact of, you have to truly look at how you manage your funds in your household. Because food is so high, man. It's just crazy. And the other crazy part is cheaper to buy Herm said he'd rather just listen. Appreciate you, Herm. Appreciate you doing it. It's cheaper to buy when it's cheaper to buy a soda than it is water. That's a problem.
Oh man, yeah, that's crazy, ain't it?
When it's cheaper to buy a bag of chips than it is a bag of lettuce, then that's a problem.
Right.
It's almost like the stuff we need that's good for us cost is the price outrageous. So let me get this quick fill over here that's gonna fill real quick. That's gonna be terrible for my doggone body or whatnot. And let me get this, but we're not regulating the price on that, but we're skyrocketing the price on everything else that's supposed to be able to keep us healthy and keep us going. That's the crazy part.
Right. Yeah, man, it's tough. We all try to always figure out a way to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, me, I had to cut back on, a lot of the stuff. Like I said, wings is high, so We cooking more drums with the eyes. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that because I know how to do that too. But it's, you know, it's kind of like, man, you know, why is one thing super high and, you know, other things not, you know, and it's just like you said, we gotta be able to make enough, you know what I mean? And we don't see that. And it's like, what do we expect the government to be able to do about that? You know, and one of the things that you brought up was like, you know, how we see them send money overseas, you know, but it's a lot of, you know, destroyed neighborhoods, you know what I mean, all over here. You know what I mean? All over here. I think which one is the poorest state? Is it Alabama or Mississippi or something like that?
It's one of the two.
You know, and it's like how is it that bad? You know, how is it that unbalanced where, you know, the government can't find money to put money into Mississippi or Alabama or a state that people pay taxes in? You know what I mean? Yeah, but we can send it over to somebody else and send them $60 billion.
And again, that goes back to you know, the part of who do you have representing you in Washington? Who do you have representing you locally? You know, and that's the part that I think that's missed. You know, it's like, you know, because we shouldn't be in a position where those where folks should be struggling the way they're struggling, or market is the way it is, or you know, I was just rolling through. Just came back from New Orleans, not this weekend, but the past weekend. Came up from the NO and just driving through. You see stuff. You know, we going through Alabama, Mississippi. There's certain things you see. But this past week, I just came back from Albany, and I to truly see the growth of Albany now from where it was a couple of years ago. I mean, the area has really grown, and that tells me that somebody has actually took the time to invest time into that town. And it takes someone who's going to be able to come into their office who wants to invest in that town. But at the same time, it's going to take the people of that town or the community who actually want to see those things and see those changes, be supportive of those changes. You got so many people that stuck in old ways that, you know, they don't want to see a lot of changes that come about, and so they're just stuck with, okay, I'm comfortable with this. Well, you may be comfortable with that still, but there's still a generation or two that got to come behind us, and if we don't fix it now, they're gonna be in the world of hurt because, like our kids now, they probably know how to go ahead and fix the damn thing.
Right.
and they probably know, like, hey man, you know, and if we don't take the opportunity to try to push it and fix it now, then we're in trouble. They're going to be in trouble. You know, our grandkids, great grandkids, what kids be when as they come along, they're going to be in trouble because they're going to be in a world to where they're not going to know what truly, and that's what they have to do. Mm-hmm. And it's fearful for, you know, me as a father, who has, you know, teenagers who have to live in this world. I have to do everything I can right now to ensure that, hey, I am preparing them for this world that's that they're going into. Right. My parents said before, the world that our parents prepared us for, that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, man. You know, being from Michigan, Flint, you know, Detroit areas, you know, Big Three, Ford, Chrysler, GM, you know, Buick City was in Flint, Michigan. You know, Flint was booming 50s, 60s, you know, due to the auto industry. Buick City was a start to finish plant, you know, over 20,000 employees at one time, man, and it's grass. It's grass now. It's just a long street of land.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, you know, those things, you know, have a huge impact, you know, that we don't talk about as much now, you know, with all the outsourcing and different things. When I got hired into Chrysler, I worked at Chrysler in Detroit in 1998. We were still doing, I got hired in, I was building the oil pumps and the water pumps, you know, at least putting them together, you know what I mean? Right. Flywheels, different things like that. You know, and now they outsource them and they come right in, you know, off the truck or whatever. So, you know, losing those types of things have a huge impact where, you know, your parents, some people's parents been, you know, working 30, 40 years, you know, they get referrals, get their kids in, you know, and it's just really not the same. It's the same concept, and you still do have those types of jobs. You just don't have as many. You know what I mean?
Have an abundance of it.
Yeah, you don't have an abundance of it. And like you said, the malls close, and that's where kids used to work. You know what I mean? I worked in the mall at one point. Now with everything, you know, being online, Amazon killing the game, you know, different things like that. So, yeah, it's definitely, like I said, the world we grew up in is definitely changing.
It's changed,
You know?
man.
Yeah, and a lot of it's not there, and they starting to see, you know, different things. You know, even the fast money is different, right? Fast money was, you know, selling dope. Now it's like, man, let's jump on this TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
make this TikTok money. You know what I mean?
If I can make money off TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and its sponsors and whatnot, I mean that's what that's what they're doing now. I mean it's they get it, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them at all. You know, somebody got like $2.1 million on followers, and you know they got sponsors this and that. I'm not against the game at all.
Right. Yeah, but it's just, you know, a numbers thing, right? Where the percentages of you succeeding in that certain area with so much competition, you know, it's like making an NBA or the NFL. You know what I mean? Only so many people gonna get the opportunity. You know what I mean? So where is the day-to-day operations that these young people can get into? You know what I mean? And
I will tell you, man,
it's hard.
Doing this whole part-time gig of this digital creative stuff and YouTube and stuff, man, and whatnot. I tell you, man, it's hard work. I was telling somebody the other day, saying, man, you know, it's when I get done doing, especially if I do like a pre-record, I mean, you know, I have to sit there for another couple of hours and you know continue to put that together. You know, when I do lives, I got to put all that stuff together. You know, you know, anything we do before we post it, whatever, we got to take time to put it together. So to be able to make that a full-time job, that's why you see so many people that do, you know, their videos like they got the same thing on every video because they create content like every 5 minutes. They create content every 5 minutes. And it's sometimes it's a hard act to do because you get burnt out. Because it's almost like originality, you know. You can see us get here, and then a little killing me, boy. You can see us get here, and then you turn around and see the same skit that somebody else is doing. I mean, it's the same skit, but it's almost like, okay, hey, well, I saw this on here, and now I'm seeing it here. It's almost like the celebrity barbers. You know, you see celebrity barbers, and everybody talking about, hey, I had to sauce them up, I had to spice them up, I had to do this, I had to do that. Well, now, okay, now everybody all talking about the same thing. But what we're putting out there is we're putting out to a lot of the kids like, hey man, well you can do it, but it's not the part that's missing is, well, how'd you get to that point? And that's the that's the part that's missing, and that's why it's so important for us to continue pushing things such as, hey, getting out there and vote, and getting out and explaining to them the importance of it. My daughter was so happy the other day. You know, she's I think, let me see, sorry to miss the. I don't think she got to vote in the last presidential election, but she got to vote in this election. And she was so excited. Matter of fact, she beat us to the polls. And yeah. And she was, hey, Dad, Mom, I voted today. I'm so happy, this and other. You know, and it was huge to hear her talk about that, you know, to be able to get out there. You know, even the other one, you know, she's 21, you know, the school, you know, it's good for them to be able to take part in this election. And they're very, very, very excited about it. So, you know, I think we get more of the youth, and it's crazy that, you know, I can say the youth now because I'm that OG now.
Right.
I say, and then we get more of the youth involved in what we got going on, man. Then we know we might be right, but we gotta continue to talk to them about it.
Yeah, man. I just, you know, like we was just talking about the jobs and different things like that. You know, kind of understanding we're trying to understand like what can we actually do about it. You know, we're not the job creators, you know what I mean, that we would like to be, you know what I mean? But you know, we do know we send jobs overseas. We do know, you know, that people making money hand over fist, you know, without keeping jobs in America. You know what I mean? And I think that's part of the problem. And I don't know if that part is ever going to come back. You know what I mean? I don't know how we put ourselves in a position to do that. Like I said, with so much money, you know what I mean? We know the stories, right? You know, how they pad the pockets, you know what I mean, to get stuff approved, you know, and that's just really what it looked like, you know what I mean? So you get a lot of stuff, you know, coming from overseas, a lot of jobs, you know, they outsourcing everywhere, you know, and they started that back in, you know, mid-70s, man. And that's how Flint lost so many jobs. You know, but that would be, you know, think of how it would be if, like I said, you know, Buick City was over 20,000 people. Right. What if it was still, you know, what if it was another 15,000 jobs in the city of Flint, Michigan, you know, from a big three, you know, paying good money. You know, that would boost the economy, you know, and the thing with us, you know, we spend like no other, you know what I mean? And we need to definitely try to figure out how to get a handle on that. You know, we create our own demise when they say, you know, the black dollar circulate 6 hours. You know what I mean? Compared to the Asian dollar circulating, you know, 8 days or whatever it is. I don't think that's the right number, but it's like days for everybody else and hours for us, you know.
And I can agree with you that because when it comes to spending money, it's hard. It's when you okay, and I tell people okay because you know, people start judging now. When you okay, you know you start spending money now. I don't have any true discipline.
Right.
And it's probably because one, I know what I have and normally so that it's a discipline part of it, but everybody don't have that discipline piece to know that okay, well I can spend this, Norm will still have this, I got this. When it comes to you know how that dollar circulate, and we talk about the plants, like you talk about the GM and everything up there. I came up in the household where both my parents worked for textiles. And I can and I to the day I can hear them say, you know, well, you know, they're taking all the jobs, they're sending the jobs overseas and this, that, and other one. And as a kid, sometimes you really and truly didn't understand what they mean by that. Right. They send your job overseas, you get another job. As a kid, you're like, shit, they get another job. You ain't thinking about X, Y, Z. But it was actually factual what they were saying is that they were sending stuff overseas. So in the small town I'm originally from, you started seeing a lot of those textile plants that started like closing here, closing there, closing here, closing there, layoffs here, layoffs there. And I didn't when folks come home and say, "Well, I'm laid off I'm laid off for a couple of weeks. They probably give me a call back and let me go ahead and get my unemployment started." Then you didn't really understand what that truly meant when somebody told me, "Well, I'm laid off and get my unemployment started." Now you understand it, like, oh shit, they gonna be laid off for a couple of weeks. I get unemployment, and then unemployment don't even pay you as much as your job was paying you.
Right.
If you get a couple $100 a week, if you get that much, and then hopefully, yeah, your job call you back in about 2 weeks, say, hey, we full, we running again, or they may say, hey, well, hey, business, factory shut down, we closed down, and again, that's where it goes back to the part of what do we fight for? We're fighting for jobs. Yes, we need jobs.
Right.
We're fighting for more ways to get better education or whatnot. Yes, we need that. We're fighting to get the billionaire tycoons or whatnot to say, hey, understand. I think we was a couple of weeks ago we was talking about Jeff Bezos, how you say his name, and he got a lot of Amazon. He has a lot of Amazon fulfillment centers, especially here in doggone Metro Atlanta. I mean, there's one right down the street from my house.
Right.
That employs a lot of people, and hey, I mean, the way Amazon is pumping to me, they continue to do the same thing. But still a lot of stuff you get, because there's a marketplace. It's
Oh
truly a
yeah,
marketplace. So as a seller, hey, you can put handcuff theory on
exactly.
Amazon to be
On
saying,
Amazon.
So
Yep.
it's truly a marketplace for a lot of different people. So it's man, there's just so much that I think that our leaders that we have up there that can be focusing on that. I know they have their agendas of what they want and want this and whatnot, but until you truly hear what people are trying to say of what
Right.
they need, then we're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah, and that's a plus, man. I'm glad you brought up Amazon because, like we talked about earlier, with the malls closing, Amazon has given a lot of people opportunity. I'm not sure what their starting rate is, but I know it's a lot of jobs now that paying like they were 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
$18-20 an hour is not bad. You know what I mean? It was
No,
better years ago, right? So it don't stretch the same. You
right,
know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. It don't stretch the same.
Mm-mm.
$20 an hour don't stretch like it did in '98.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
because in '98, I think matter of fact, I'm taking back not '98 to say 96 when
Mm,
I started driving, had my own car. I
mm.
paid 89 cents a gallon for gas.
Right.
Look, I put $10 in the car, fill up, and ride forever. Just
Right.
be in the wind, just riding. I
Hey,
put
that's
ten
when you
dollars in my
didn't
I put
mind giving that ride and getting that $5 gas money from
what?
somebody.
$5 gas money was life. I'll tell you five. Hey man, what man? I take the road. Hey man, come on. I got you,
Right.
man. Hey, you want to wait on me too?
Right.
Man, I put $10 in my car. Now gonna laugh at me.
Oh yeah.
I may not leave the parking lot.
Right. Oh yeah. You're not getting nothing out of that deal. But yeah, I mean,
No.
and even with driving, man, now with Amazon and different things like that, how they were able to basically give people opportunities to drive. You know what I mean? Their own vehicles and basically outsource the driving.
Yep.
I know a lot of people that do that. So there are some opportunities. It's just not as many. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and we're trying to figure out how to make those dollars that used to sound good, like we said, 18-20 bucks was good money, and it's still not bad money, but everything else is so much higher, man. Toilet paper high, everything high. You know
Everything
what I
high.
mean? Yeah.
I
So
mean,
like we, walking into the grocery store where we used to spend, that $100, that's an easy 350 nowadays.
look, I went in the grocery store today. I bought. I went ahead and got the turkey.
Excuse me.
I bought some potatoes, some carrots. I made some. I made some potato soup today.
Mm.
Um, I got turkey. I got a turkey. I got some carrots. Um, some potatoes. Um, what else I picked up? I picked up something else. I can't remember exactly what it was. Um, and it was damn near $100
Yeah.
that I spent. And I looked at it, and I had like 3 bags. I got like 3 bags.
Right.
Usually $100. You spend $100 in the grocery store back in the day. Hey man, yeah, you kept your mom carrying getting bags out the car for like, and you
Right.
got grocery. I mean, you got grocery now. I got like 3 or 4 bags. So it's like, even if you try to buy the budget stuff, now my wife's like, said, babe, maybe we start doing couponing. Like, I ain't even got the patience. I mean, I to do all the coupon this and that and that. And I see people do it, and it's good, but you gotta have the patience. But again, man, that $20 an hour, 21 dollars an hour. Um, hey, I mean, back then it was great. Now it's almost like, shit, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I was just talking to two of my guys the other day. And they're
Mm.
like, hey man, when we gonna start back seeing that overtime? I'm like, probably not for a while. And
Right.
we missed them 12,
Oh
$1,500
yeah,
a
that's
week.
where you make that money.
I was like, so I had to break it down for him. And I said, let me explain something to you. I said, in a business, like the business that we're in, it's all about productivity performance.
Mm.
And if we have folks come in and working and we get a backlog because people not performing to the metrics that we need to perform at, Then guess what they're not gonna do? Well, we don't need overtime. We got enough people to get it done. We need to start doing it. So what y'all got to start doing is start hitting the metrics that needs to be hit so you
Right.
can knock all this stuff out. So then the customer can say, hey, you know what? We about to flood y'all. And then we say, well, you know what? We need to run this overtime because we got so much work and we're not behind. We just got so much work and we need y'all to put the overtime. But and I said, and I told them, I said, that's what y'all can't miss. That's what y'all can't understand. Y'all fail to realize that the purpose of overtime is not to get, not to clear you out of backlog that you created yourself. The purpose of overtime is if they flood you, hit you with so much doggone work, and you're ahead. That's when we start saying, "Hey, we need to bring more people in." I said, "Well, we can't
Right.
do that." So then I had to flip it on them. I said, "While you wait," I said, "While you're waiting around for overtime," I said, "There's something that you're good at."
Right.
I said,
Yeah, and that's
see
the
so many people riding around with a pressure washer on the back of their truck
right.
because they got a job elsewhere. But guess what? That's their side hustle. I said something that you're good at, and I think a lot of the younger youth is missing out on the fact that hey, I got something that I'm good at. Let me go get me a quick business license real quick, and let me go
Mhm.
try to go out here and and make some extra money for myself without worrying about this place that they will give me overtime.
Right. Yeah. When the overtime good, man, you forget that it's a plus, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And so you figure that into your regular number, and then that's where the problem is.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know, you got to count it as a plus. You can't count it as that regular number. And I'm guilty,
Right,
like everybody
right.
else. You know what I mean?
We all been there,
We
bro.
all
We
guilty.
live
You know what I
we
mean?
live and we learn.
Right. Yeah. You count that overtime in your pocket, man. Y'all been
Yep,
giving it to us for 2 months. It count. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And so when it go away, it's like, well, damn, man, I'm short. Well, you know what I mean? You should have been counting that 40 and then counting that overtime as the
Yep,
plus and
yep.
basing everything off the 40. But
Basing
we ain't doing
everything
that.
off for.
You
Nah,
know,
nah, we ain't doing that. So
we ain't
hey,
doing that.
so hit. Some of us got chime and everything.
Right,
Hey,
man.
hey,
This
pay their
this
rent on a
why they
Friday. You
need
got to pay
this
on a
why they
Sunday.
need to implement this would be the smart thing, man, about implementing reparations for black folks. Because we spend the most money, we giving it right back anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's going right
Yeah,
back. We already know
yeah,
the math say the money stay in the hood. The money stay with us 6 hours. You know what I
yep.
mean? It's gone. We ain't circulating it we ain't giving it to each other. You know what I'm saying? We
Soon
giving
as
it
you hear it,
right back
it's
to
gone.
everybody
It's
else.
gone. Give
You
me
know what
one
I
second.
mean?
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, but if y'all watching while we waiting on Tim, man, chime in, man. Tell me what y'all think about reparations, man. Because if, like I said, we gonna give it right back to him. You know, Elon Musk should be voting for reparations to give it to us. He gonna sell so many cyber trucks. If he gave black people some money, y'all already know how we do things. You know. But definitely, man, y'all get out, have a plan to get out and vote if you haven't already. Encourage the people to vote. Uh, we started out our smoke and vote session. We probably gonna end up doing another one, probably Monday or Tuesday. This is the smoke and vote tea. If you can see that, I got the smoke and vote tea on the Red Cup Theory website. And what I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna basically just change the price on it. It really wasn't about the money; it's just about the concept of smoke and vote. So after this session, man, I'm gonna go back online. I'm gonna change the price to $14.99 for everybody. It's gonna give you a $5 delivery price. It's gonna be like $20, and we have to do that right away to try to get as many as we can out by tomorrow, by Friday. So y'all can have them for Monday and Tuesday for the vote. So,
So sorry about that, bro. Man, I had gonna give me some water, trying to flush whatever it is out.
oh, it's all good, man.
Give me a little snot rag.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah. So I heard you say about this shirts, man. I think it's still be good to have those
Yeah, I was showing basically the smoke and vote teas. So I'm a basically, man, change the price tonight. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't really about the money. You know, it's about just the concept of it and getting the word out and encouraging people, you know, in the industry to just, you know, smoke and vote, talk about it, you know, and do what we do. So I'm gonna have a deadline on it probably for Friday, early Friday, so I can definitely make it to the post office, get people everything by Monday, so they can have it for Tuesday or Monday night or whatever they're doing with the vote.
That's cool.
So,
That's cool. Yeah, man. I just really hope folks get out there and show up, man. You know, the early voting and whatnot. You know, it's a great opportunity for you out there to catch the early voting. Other part about that with early voting, man. If you had issues with your identification or whatever case be, you know, that's the perfect time to catch it. Oh yes, this don't match. Cool, you'll get it fixed and get right back in the game. I truly hope a lot of folks take advantage of it. I feel like I said what really scares me the most is I have a lot of young cats that work with me, and I'm guaranteed that you know they ain't go out to the polls because it don't they look at it like it don't matter to them, and at the end of the day it does, man. I mean it affects you. You know you start talking about you need to get extra, you need to get overtime to be able to have money in your pocket to pay this. You know if you're paying like cars. I mean car payments, $600, $700, $800 car payments. I mean, hey man, back in the day, it wasn't no such thing, $600, $700, $800 car payment. If it was your job was on top of the line, that nobody could afford. Now, I mean, these days, it's just man. Even if you try to extend it out, you know, folks that extend out, they do like 72 months. They still paying $500-$600 a month. So, I mean, it's crazy time that we got that we're in. Even with the whole electric car thing, man, the price on what you got to do to maintain those, they're gonna go through the roof if they're not already through the roof.
Right. Yeah, and the thing is, in the politics is understanding how does it affect you. Like I said earlier, we don't always know, right? You know, when you're talking about jobs and different things like that, breaking down like right to work, breaking down, the union stuff is important, I mean, especially for people that, need the overtime and different things like that, and understanding how those laws can affect you. You know what I mean? If they go right to work on you, you know what I mean, and they try to push unions out, you're not protected at all. You're not guaranteed anything. You know what I mean? At that point, without that agreement saying, hey, we have to abide by these rules to make sure, we do A, B, and C for our employees. Without that, you know what I mean? And you might not, you don't get no overtime, you don't get no medical benefits, you don't get anything. If it was up to them, they would cut us that check. You know what I mean? And that would be it.
And they'll be done with it.
Yeah.
Georgia's at will state. So that means that at any time I can come to you and say, hey, I don't need you today. I don't need you anymore.
Right.
Because it's at will state. And we talk about, in a lot of times the union, protect that. And that's all to the folks that's in the union, man. It's you got some unions that's doing right by the people. You got some unions that's not doing right by the people.
Right.
It's almost like the union to me is almost like those prosecutors, those defense attorneys they give you when you can't afford a lawyer. They just cutting you a deal. It ain't the deal you want, but hey, they getting you some type of deal. And but it works out for a lot of different people. Yeah, a couple of guys know that they went AT&T. They had a deal that they was trying to get businesses on when the ports closed down back here last month. The ports was down, so it was just a whole lot of stuff that was going on to where people actually don't go on strike because hey, I want more money. I need more money. I need more benefits. I know how much this company is making.
Right.
I put my time in and this and another. So how is that I'm not able to get a decent wage. I think I heard one of the things on the radio when I work is that it's about again one of the things is raising the minimum wage.
Mm.
You can continue to raise the minimum wage, and you can continue to raise the minimum wage, but places like these fast food restaurants or these grocery stores or Walmart, guess what? They're gonna continue to bring in more of the doggone self checkout.
Right.
They're gonna continue to bring in more. You going to McDonald's right now or going to the restaurant, you sit there, order your food right there on the doggone screen, and they prepare it in the back, and all they're doing is handing it to you. It's all they're doing is making it handed to you. So
Right.
we talk about this, and I hear where everybody say, well, yeah, we need more raising the minimum wage is great, but great for who? Because somebody that own a business is going to find a way. Well, I can eliminate about 10 employees by installing this one self checkout.
Right.
I can eliminate about a couple of employees by doing this. I can eliminate this by doing this, and that's what they do. So you know what? I used to open it 3, 4 in the morning. Now I just open at 6.
Right.
And I close at 10. I mean, and that's what they're doing now. I remember at any point in time, you could find a 24-hour McDonald's. That's in between now.
Right.
The 24-hour, nah, we ain't keeping the lights on that long. Hey, 11:59, lights out. Everybody.
Not for real. And then they starting to go back to less of that self checkout. I don't think they thought it all the way through.
Hey, I remember Walmart was 24 hours after COVID.
Right.
24 hours at Walmart? Nah, they ain't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, they ain't trying to do that no more, man.
Nah. So again, man, that goes back again. That's a lot of stuff that folks not, that's the little things you got to pay attention to. You do home, you're in the construction business or whatnot. You see, you going to Home Depot, hell, you probably got the more self checkout open than you do regular lines.
Right. Right.
That's the part of the email I said. Self checkout, but there's not one cash register open.
Right.
And I go to them like, man, I wish somebody was over there ringing me up. I used to have waiting around everybody else. Well, a self checkout line may not be open because they don't run up.
Yeah, I mean,
self checkouts.
Yeah, it's convenient. I mean, if I got 3 or 4 things, you know what I mean, that's cool. But if I got 2 carts of stuff, yeah, I'm trying to get some service, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But again, man, that's a lot of stuff that. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, when we was asking for certain things like to raise the minimum wage, like somebody's going to figure out a way to counter that. Well, if I'm going to raise this money, I might have to figure out a way to cut people. And the best way for me to cut people, let me invest into this machine over here.
Right.
It's like what we've been doing forever since way back when. Every time something come along, y'all went investing, they invent something
right
to get rid of the manual labor.
Oh yeah. To get rid to put more money in their pocket. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. They trying to create ways to have less employees but make the same amount of money. You know what I mean?
You want $15 minimum wage? Cool. I'm gonna put $4 machines in here.
Right.
That's
because me making $1 billion ain't enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it ain't enough. They got to make more. Right.
Right.
What up, though, Vic?
What's up, Vic?
Yeah, they got to make more, man. Some of the other things. I was trying to look up some old information, man. I wish I would have had time to do it and be prepared to talk about some of the stuff tonight. So you remember after the big bank crisis with Bush and all that type of stuff, they had put some money into the SBA, for the Small Business Administration to create loans for small businesses to start, getting some of this money that they put into the pot, right? And come to find out that companies like John Deere and Xerox and all these other companies had applied and got the money, what I mean, that could have went to small businesses. You know what I mean? That was supposed to go to small businesses. You know what I mean? And it's those type of things where you get put in position, right? Or you put your people in position to say, hey, these are things that we need, and maybe they vote on it and maybe it goes through, right? And then all of a sudden somebody's doing something behind everybody's back and then John Deere gets a small business loan, like the maximum small business loan you can get. You know what I mean? Or like I said, a Xerox or a huge company that had no business, with their hands in that area anyway.
They got, like you said, they got it anyway.
They got it anyway.
And they will continue to get it. I mean, they're not going to exempt them. They're going to, they buddies going to hook it up for them.
Right. Just like PPP loans. When you look at the racial disparity of how the PPP loans is broken down, we had some companies, fortunately were able to get some money, but not compared to what everybody else got. You know what I mean? Not compared to what other people was getting. They were putting in, if you had, multiple LLCs, they was getting multiple LLC money, just writing the numbers up and doing whatever they wanted. You know what I mean?
I know there was a lot of cats getting a lot of bread. I just hope everything work out for them.
Right.
That's all I say about that. When I did mine, I got me a little piece of it, but I did mine the right way. I didn't have anybody to pay for it for me. I just filled it out, stick it in, and then let it do its thing. I have to do your paper for you. No, I don't want to do my paper for me. I don't want parts of what you're doing to get that extra time. I'm good on that.
No, and definitely, man, if it's available, you know what I mean, and you had the means to be able to get approved, definitely do it, right?
Right.
And a lot of people unfortunately didn't even understand that process. And then a lot of people unfortunately took advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they was able to get away with it, not because of us, right? When he said take the regulations off, he took it off for his people. You know what I mean? So we can look at the little money, some of us, we know some people that got it, but it ain't nothing close to what some of these other people was getting. You know what I mean?
At all.
And I took a small EIDL loan over a PPP loan at the time just to cover a couple months of paying a crew.
Right.
That I had sub the contract out to in St. Louis. You know what I mean? Because it was 3 hours away, and it was some guys out there that my auntie knew, and I would just have to drive down on the weekend and make sure they was cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at that time, I was able to, like I said, basically just take out a small EIDL to keep that money, to pass the money, because I'm on 45 days out, you know what I mean, on this commercial contract. So,
right.
But yeah, to do the numbers, man, and if we come back with a session on Monday or Tuesday, I will definitely have all that information, man, on like the PPP loans, how they was broken down.
That'll work.
Who got the most money? How much the average loan was approved for other races compared to us.
Public information.
Right, it's all public. All right, it's out there. You know what I mean? So that's something I definitely want to talk about. But those are the type of things, we don't understand. Like, how can we won't know how to put anybody in office that can help us with that. You know what I mean? We just know when it's available, we try to get what we can. You know what I mean? But just know, if we getting it, they definitely getting it.
They definitely get it. We gotta figure out ways to get them to get it.
Oh yeah, they definitely get it.
So I know, Jesus, my this cold is all mess with me, man. Paula wants to give. I think she talked to you already.
Yeah.
In regards to talking about the next event that's coming up, so we're gonna bring Paula back on, and we got a couple other folks we're gonna bring on in the next couple weeks. We're not just start to build that lineup back up to like I said, when it's working and traveling and doing this and doing that, man, sometimes you kind of like, oh damn, I ain't talking about it. Let me go back to my inbox and follow with these follow some different folks. So but yeah, we'll get Paula gonna come back on, and we got a couple other guests lined up for the next couple weeks or whatnot. But I say, tonight we just wanted to get folks out there, get their opinion, talking about it. And I guess they don't want to talk about it tonight, and that's fine with me.
All good. Yeah, like I said, man, we can definitely try to make some time on Monday or Tuesday and get some people to show us they vote stickers and all that shit they try to do on Facebook.
Well, I think what I might try to do next week, I might try to do a split shot to where I can actually maybe have some have like the polling information on one side over here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A live polling information out, and I'll figure all that out. I work that out between now and next week.
Okay, yeah, that would be dope.
We'll still be able to commentate as we go along throughout the night.
Okay, that's what's up.
So that works. But I think what I'm gonna do, Z, is I'm gonna probably take me some medicine, man.
Yeah, man, do what you gotta do, dog.
Get this medicine in me, because right now it's getting real stuffy. People see me sniffing online. But yeah, man, it's about to vote. We want everybody to get out and vote, man. I think it's very important that y'all do. So please, if you tune in, you watch this later on, man, hey, get out there and vote, man.
Oh yeah, get y'all smoke and vote parties together for Tuesday. You know what I mean? Take some pictures and send them to us. You know what I mean? Because we'll definitely talk about it a little bit on Red Cup Wednesday next week for sure.
For sure, definitely. So,
yep.
Like they said a while ago, they said rock the vote. We said smoke the vote. All right,
smoke the vote. That's what's up, man. All right, boy, do what you got to do, man. I'm just gonna hold it down, man. Finish this 46. You know what I mean, and just keep it Red Cup Wednesday, man.
Hey, have some for me too, brother.
I got you, boy.
All right, Z.
All right, boy.
All right, bro. Later.
Yeah.